Previously, to get the kinds of shots that you can get using drones, you would obviously need to hire a helicopter, which has a substantial monetary component associated with it, and now with drones, you can get those same kinds of really impressive aerial shots for a fraction of the cost. You can use drone footage for all kinds of different things, the classic example being things like golf courses and stately homes. But there are also some more practical uses for it as well. So, for example, getting photos or video footage of the roof of buildings, for example, so building maintenance and inspection. Drones are really useful for that because it means that if you've got a drone, you don't have to go to the expense and hassle of getting a cherry picker out to look at the top of your structure. There are a few restrictions that you need to be aware of when you're planning for a drone flight. The biggest one is to make sure that you're not going to be flying within any no-fly zones around aerodromes or sort of big airports. And that's large airports such as Heathrow and Gatwick, all the way down to smaller airfields like local airfields as well. They've all got no-fly zones around them. And that's the kind of thing that tends to be identified during the pre-flight due diligence planning that we tend to do. The other thing is to make sure that you're maintaining at least a 50-meter separation from any people or property that you do not have direct control over. So that's structures, vehicles, animals. Now that may sound like you can't fly a drone anywhere, but in actual fact you can under most circumstances. It's just a matter of doing that pre-flight due diligence, of looking at the location that you're due to fly, identifying any potential hazards or things that you need to be aware of, and then planning accordingly. Technically, anyone can go out and buy a drone and start flying, provided they stay within the limitations set out by the Civil Aviation Authority in terms of the safe distances and such. If, however, you receive any kind of remuneration for your flight, then that's when the Civil Aviation Authority becomes more interested. And the CAA says that you need to go through a certification process, basically to ensure that you're going to be flying to a minimum standard of kind of health and safety. And they provide you with a permission for commercial operations. And you need to have that document in order to legally receive any kind of payment for any flights that you do. If you're thinking about getting some drone footage, then the thing to do next is to get in touch with us. We are fully CAA accredited. We have our permission for commercial operations. So we will do all of that pre-flight due diligence planning for you, and we will advise you on the best way to go about getting some really awesome looking aerial footage for your production.